The first things that we decided we wanted to tackle was a kitchen remodel. Louis and I have always been very interested in culinary arts, and we enjoy cooking, we enjoy eating, and we enjoy everything concerning food. So, and one of the things we love to do is to share that. And my husband is an exceedingly good cook, and often, you know, he surprises everybody with the range of cuisine that he's able to tackle. And, you know, we've always wanted to have, you know, a kitchen that functions for us as chefs. And, you know, this was an opportunity to build the dream kitchen. So that's what we decided to do. And so, as usual, Louis began work on a preliminary design. We have always spent a long time over the years looking at kitchens, cutting things out in kitchens that we appeal to us. We made copious notes over the years about things that we knew we would want to incorporate if we ever got the opportunity to build a kitchen of our dreams. We knew what would work for us. We knew definitely what did not work for us. And those things, I think, came in very handy, especially when we got to the stage where we needed to bring in some further expertise to help tweak the design that Louis had begun to work on. So the next project, the next stage to that, was to find a design company that we could work with in helping us to realize the vision in a more detailed and functional way. And we were fortunate enough to be put in touch with Studio STL in Port Townsend.
STL is a local design firm. We specialize in residential and commercial projects. It was founded by my wife and I, Shelley. Both have architecture backgrounds, and her focus is on interiors, largely cabinetry. And we found a niche in our local market where there was a lack of kind of contemporary, more forward-thinking design, and have worked hard to create a niche that we can fill.
The design team put together 3 different perspectives based on the original design and the specifications that Louis and I had given them. But from those 3, we chose one that was the closest match. So in part of the initial dealings with Studio STL, they wanted, as well as the original you know, renderings and drawings of the kitchen that Louis had come up with, you know, kind of some illustrations. Well, we had collected illustrations of various kitchens over the years, and, you know, they asked for 2 or 3, and I think we ended up sending them like an 18-page document full of things we liked and things we did not like. And I think the things we do not like was a lot longer list than the things we liked. But anyway, they got a kick out of that, and I think that really helped, you know, kind of challenged them, because we do think outside the box, and our design taste is probably a little bit more contemporary and modern.
Louis and Alan came to us with a strong vision of what they wanted their kitchen space to be and how they wanted to use it. They provided a long list of requirements, things like nothing round, trigger words like no farmhouse sink. The project has evolved from a schematic level down to a very detailed technical level, and the beauty of working with Alan and Louis is that we're able to get into every cabinet and define exactly what goes where. That's a level of detail we rarely get to on some projects, and it's been great to have their involvement from the beginning on exactly where things go, the particulars of the spice cabinet not being next to the range, and actually it's in a different location. So it's been a wonderful experience to work with them.
It's been rewarding to be able to see a commitment to the level of design. It's not often that we have a client that is as committed as Alan and Lewis, and that's been really enjoyable. Being able to present concepts that might come across as edgy or too sharp in some environments, I think it's been very successful on this particular project.
One of the great things about working with Simon and Monica from Design Studio STL was their willingness to listen to us and to offer very constructive and pertinent observations and suggestions. And I think that through this process, we've really had a wonderful open line of communication. And it has made the process so enjoyable because it is a collaborative. Even though, you know, the design studio knows the result that we want, getting that result, you know, it does take a team of people to take the vision and to make it a reality. One of the great additions to the team was a lady by the name of Laura Bell, who actually is the lead project manager for the construction company that is associated with Design Studio STL, and they are G Little. And one of the great things that Lewis and I were impressed by and we felt very secure and comfortable with was the fact that there was a symbiotic relationship between the designers and the construction.
The Bohannon and Attow project is a very large kitchen remodel with also a laundry room remodel in the midst of it. It involves a lot gutting a good portion of the living space and reframing, new cabinetry, and a lot of customization. So there's a lot of details to it that are not seen in every kitchen. And there's some really high-end product and appliances and some really spectacular details.
And one of the other aspects of the design process is that, as well as form of the design of the kitchen, it needs to have functionality. And one of the things that we wanted to achieve in the functionality was to make it accessible for us as we age in place. There are a lot of aspects of current kitchens and the current kitchen that we have at 63 now that really are not that user-friendly for as we get older and we have a little bit more difficulty bending down low to reach things in bottom cupboards. The oven drawers open, you know, towards you, which is a longer reach to get to things in and out and to the back of the ovens. So one of the things we wanted to do was to have ovens there, the doors open to the side, which makes us able to access the ovens more safely and conveniently. The other things we did was we didn't want any hardware. We wanted cabinets that were flush, that we were able to just, you know, tap with an elbow or lift with a finger, so that, you know, there wasn't any protrusion that you could knock yourself or do some kind of injury with you. The other thing we wanted to do was to make sure that the height of the cabinets and the functionality of the cabinets all operated on kind of a level that was easy for us to access. So not only did the fascia of the cabinets need to be minimal but we also wanted a lot of functionality within the cabinets. We have a large collection of cooking cookware, just, you know, for the appliances, small appliances to create you know, anything imaginable, as well as a lot of different serving sets of dishes and plates and glassware, because as I said, we do like to entertain. So all of that needed to be housed. So one of the things that we wanted to do was to utilize as much space in the kitchen as possible, which did mean floor to ceiling cabinetry, but also it needed to be able to be accessible. With the input from Design STL and G. Little, Fredrickson's worked with us on the lighting, and the lighting is a huge component of the kitchen design. The lighting we have used is exceedingly complicated, and it involves many aspects that Fredrickson's were able to incorporate to create a wonderful atmosphere of the kitchen. So even when the kitchen is not in use, we have lighting that is so atmospheric that it shows the kitchen in the most flattering light no matter what. So we chose this particular refrigerator, which is a decor, because it mirrored the minimalization that we have with the cabinetry. It does not have any handles. We like the idea also that it had this fresh zone where you can actually instruct it whether you're keeping wine, whether you're keeping cheese or deli meats, etc., and it will cool it to the specific temperature that is correct for that product. The other thing is that at the bottom it has a 2 freezer compartment. One is a sliding drawer for easy flat things, and then you've got storage for more containers or for meals, which is really good. Again, self-closing drawers. We were in the process of watching a program on television. I decided I needed to get something from the refrigerator, so I went and opened the refrigerator, got what I wanted, and moved back into the living room to continue watching the television. And a few minutes later, a notice appears on the television saying, "Close the door." And I realized I'd left the refrigerator door open. One of the things about choosing a range was it was important for us to keep the line of sight within the kitchen. And this does its job beautifully. Not only is it very slimline and elegant, it's also a very easy to clean. These panels come down, they're magnetic, so you can bring those down and you can clean the backs and the fronts of them. And also at the top, it's very easy to keep that dust free. Another one of our favorite kitchen appliances is the Thermador induction range. This particular range allows you to be able to put any size cooking pan, griddle, whether it's a 3-inch butter pan or a 20-inch griddle, anywhere on the surface, and it identifies where that is and it heats it accordingly. You can put up to 6 items on the cooktop at one point, and it automatically senses the circumference and heats it in an even fashion. You can also move the vessels as they are on the surface, so that if you need to rearrange things, it's easy to do that, and the heat source follows it to its new position and keeps it at a constant temperature.